Okay, Zoli Poo, I haven't really got no PC apps that work with the PC and Mac much. You can go out and find apps that work on the PC and Mac easier than I do because you own both and use both, I think, or used to. You probably know more about what apps are the same on PC as Mac. So any apps that you want to try and run is fine with me. And since I'm not really clear on what apps you would like to try to run, I just picked my own apps, and I'm sure you're going to call foul because it's Mac apps or something, but you go out and find any app you want and I'll go right with you. If you don't find any app, if you don't find certain apps, then I'm just going to make my own like this one. And then when you respond to this video, like you probably will, you'll have some Mac and PC apps that I can test too. So this is just the first response. I'm sure you'll respond, and when you respond, I'll try the apps that you try. Okay, but firstly, I've got Motion loaded up, I've got Compressor loaded up, and I've got these loaded up because they're very CPU intensive and very hungry on the RAM. So here, let's look at this. Here's Motion, okay? Now I want you to look here. Here's my RAM, okay? I'm using almost 10 gigs of RAM, okay? So, actually, I can go up here and clear my RAM preview. Clear the RAM preview, okay? This will clear out my RAM for Motion, and I'm going to start re-rendering this. This is a 10-minute video, okay? Now you can see my RAM here is clear. So let's go ahead and start rendering this. Now, there it goes. Let's let it render. Now remember, it's rendering. I want to see you rendering too, and I'm not saying you can. I'm sure you can. Anything my machine can do, I'm sure yours can. But what I'm saying is I want to see this stuff going on. Now that I'm rendering it, and it's putting it all into RAM, okay? Now I got a bunch of DV, these are all DV videos, encoding them to Apple Pro as 422, okay? So I'll select all these, hit submit, okay? That looks good, submit. Okay, now here we go. Now we are encoding. If I want to open my Mac batch monitor to prove that to you, no problem. I'm using 9-10 gigs of RAM with the CPU pegged. I want to see you using 9-10 gigs of RAM with the CPU pegged and multitasking at the same time. You can see all these apps I've got open here. I mean, I can open as many as you would like me to. You want me to open Shake, I'll open Shake. You want me to open Final Cut Pro, let's go to a different space, I'll open Final Cut Pro. Okay, so now I'm opening Shake, I'm opening Final Cut Pro. I see no lag. And it looks like to me, she's done encoding too. Look how fast that was, buddy. She's already finished encoding all these movies. Yeah, she's done. Now Final Cut Pro's firing up. Let's go check on Motion here. See how she's doing. Yeah, she's still got all that chugged into RAM. Sorry guys, I had to cut that part out because I forgot and fired up Final Cut Studio and it had my serial number at the front of it. So, you know. Let me go on through here and change the name to these, and we'll start encoding again. Okay, so let's select them. There we go. Let's go ahead and submit one more time. Now, as you can see, I'm going back at it again. Okay, sorry I wasn't finished at the time, so it got done before my video got done. So let's fire up a few more here. Fire up a few more. I forgot about Modo. Look at that. Look how smooth. Still working like crazy. Woo! Okay, maybe I can find a way to just obscure the serial numbers. I'll fire it up anyway. Okay, there we go. Now we got color fired up. So while we got fired up here, we've been encoding. Oh, we're already done encoding again, boys. As you can see, here they are. So you can see, ZOUL, I can max out my CPU while having maxed out 11, 12, 13, 14 gigs of RAM. It don't matter if you have 12 gigs of RAM. Motion will use every bit of RAM that I throw at it. And once you hit 12 gigs, you're out. I'm not. I still got another, what, gig free that I could probably play with before I really start. You know, I like to keep a gig free for my system and stuff, but regardless, you got 12, I got 14. As minuscule a difference as it might be, I could still load more into RAM than you see. And you have a faster CPU, but I don't see anything else that impressive. You got faster CPU and faster RAM, but as you can see, my Mac Pro is way more than capable. I don't know what else you want from me, so tell me what you want from me. You make the videos, you pick the apps, okay, so nobody can crawl foul, and I will make a response to you. This video is just kind of like, okay, I see you, I seen your last video, I know you're there, so make your video and I'll respond. This is just something to show you that I am willing to participate in your challenge, but I just don't have Mac and PC apps. I don't know what to use, so you make the apps, you pick the apps even, and we'll go from there. So as I don't know what else to say to you, I guess that's all. You see all the major pro apps I've got loaded up. You see I loaded up Modo, and I got all my RAM loaded up in Motion. You see I was encoding at H2 DV to Apple ProRes 422. I mean, you've seen all the apps open. You've seen me go into spaces, and you've seen it stayed smooth. I really don't know what else you expect from a 3-year-old machine. When I get my new 8-core Mac Pro in January, maybe even before then, because I got $1,700 saved now. When I get my new Mac Pro in January, 8-core, are you going to go out and buy 8-core i7 because you're not top dog anymore? I mean, come on, this is not a contest. I think you should be able to really put it all over most people. because you got a brand new i7 and I got a 3-year-old Xeon with 2 cores in it. You got 1 core quad, I got 2 cores. I got two cores, you know, which isn't as efficient as 1 quad core, is it? People can argue, I don't know. I'm not too much into that kind of thing, but you all do the math. I'll be waiting on your response for the apps for me to pick, and I really hope you pick an app that will maximize your RAM. I want to see your PC using 10 gigs of RAM like my Mac is, while multitasking like my Mac is, while screen recording like my Mac is, with no lag like my Mac is. That's what I want to see from your i7. Later, guys.